Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, everyone. It is the 28th of January, 2021, 12:57 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, taking a look at our foreign currency markets. So we've had a nice little bounce around today, bounce or rejection, whatever you want to call it, across the board, especially taking a look at the dollar index because that is the measure of the foreign currency markets that I trade, at least that I always like to look at. So we had a nice, beautiful, wonderful, bullish close yesterday, followed by the rejection up against the bottom of the cloud. Fast forward to today. This is the current daily candle. We see the exact same thing occurring. We see the top of the cloud, or sorry, the bottom of the cloud acting as a resistance zone. And we're seeing support being found up against the Tenkan-sen. And that is where the close is currently at. The close has been flirting with holding this for a while. Actually, I don't know how long it's been, but let's go to like the hourly and just take a look. We can see if it'll show up here. All right, so yeah, so pretty much all all day we have been treating that line as the primary support zone. That ends up being the Cinco span B on the hourly chart. So that's been holding up pretty nicely. But let's look at some other pairs, see if we can find some trading opportunities around some pairs that I haven't really looked at a lot with y'all. Check out the Euro Aussie here. And by the way, if you guys ever want me to take a look at a specific pair, let me know. Just throw one into the comments on the video, and I will certainly go ahead and do that. Add a little bit thinner there. Actually, not the Euro Aussie. Let's take a look at. How about the Pound Aussie? That's a fun one. I used to trade this guy all the time. All right, so first I want to take a look at my 3-week chart. I want to take a look if there's anything of note. I know I'm not trading inside the cloud, so that's great. If my long-term time frame chart is the 3-week chart, and basically what I use the 3-week chart for is filtering my trades. And I use it to tell me when not to trade. If I see price action inside the cloud on the 3-week chart, I don't trade it. I just move on to something else. We are below the cloud, so my initial trading is going to be automatically biased to the downside. Be looking at the short side of the market. Then I look at the weekly chart because if I'm going to be shorting the market based on the 3-week chart, on the weekly chart, I want to know where the Kijun-sen is at. And if the Kijun-sen is below the cloud on the weekly chart, that's good too. So then I know the Kijun-sen is below the weekly cloud. That's great. All of those things are formed up. Now I need to take a look at what is happening with the daily chart and kind of break it down from there. So the daily chart, wow, look at that. That wick has been rejected right up against the top of the cloud there. If I would have seen this earlier, I would have definitely looked at having a sell limit order up here. Didn't see it. But if we take a look at the 9-hour chart, which is what I use for the most part, not seeing anything right away here that's kind of sticking out. So we'll just leave that one alone. Let's stick out the pound loonie. Pound looney's really, really congested. On the weekly, it looks like it's poised to have some type of a breakout here, but really not seeing a ton of follow through currently. There's a Kumo twist right here. I would be interested in shorting based on the 9-hour. Yeah, definitely on the 9-hour. I'd be looking to short. Sorry, I hit my mic there. If we move below the current 9-hour candle, so at 75.58. Oops. 75.58, that'd be a good zone to look at for a short. Why would I want to do that? Mainly because of two reasons. Look at the distance between the price, the current close, and the baseline or the Kijun-sen, and the gap between the close and the Tenkan-sen. In my crypto video I just did, I talked about the importance of the Tenkan-sen as far as being a measure of sustained movement and volatility. That price does not like to stay very far away from the Tenkan-sen. It's been a pretty good distance away from it over the last 5 days now. That is not something that you see that often. You often see it correct pretty quickly. So, I would limit my profit target down to the 74.90 zone. So we're looking at like a 100 pip drive or so from the present value. Also, the RSI and the composite index, there's a slight regular bearish divergence that exists on these two oscillators. And then you also see the percent B is sloping down towards the 0.8 value area. So this is all setting up nicely for a good retracement to the south on the pound loonie. Let's check out the pound yen. Want to see this on the weekly? It just popped up above on the 3 week. On the weeklies, messy. I really don't like to see anything there. Pound kiwi. We're inside the cloud on the 3 week chart, so I just skip it. I'm gonna ignore it. Let's check out the euro kiwi. 3 week is in the cloud. We'll stay away from that one too. Euro Aussie. We'll go back to this one. It's in the cloud. Stay away from that. Euro Swiss. Euro Swiss looks like it's setting up to continue a move south. Wow, that is I take that back. This move in the composite index on the 3 week chart, this is very, it's not proportional to the move on the candlesticks. So this has all the looks. I mean, this is hidden bullish divergence. That's what this is. So yeah, this is pointing to higher prices with the oscillators. Yeah, see, oscillator strength on the 3 week chart's pretty powerful, and given that we're like sitting right inside these two support and resistance zones, we're inside the cloud. I mean, all the consolidation here is pointing to a big move, and I would be looking at the upside here. So, looking at it on the 9-hour chart, I'd look for that ideal Ichimoku breakout, but somebody who wants to be risky, you do buy stop. Oops. You could do buy stop at 1.0804, or you want to be conservative at the present value, wait for the lagging span to crack above the cloud, and that would kind of bring us within the range here, maybe 108.35. $108.35. And let's see, euro pound, nothing. Euro yen. Now that is, look at the 3 week chart. Look at these candles on the 3 week chart. That's pretty, there's not a lot of action in there. Wow. Not a lot of change. That is a very flat RSI. There's regular bearish divergence that exists there, but we're not really seeing a whole lot of follow through on that 3 week chart. The weekly chart, I mean, this just looks like this looks like a bearish pennant. Drop the Ichimoku cloud, and let's just get our triangle here. Rising wedge. God, these are my favorite patterns. I love this right here. This is one of my favorites. This is great. Yeah, this looks primed for a drive down lower, and we actually have a pretty easy setup here on the 9-hour chart. Oh, look at the 9 hours, even got a bear flag on it. If we look at the 9-hour, inside the 9-hour chart, we've got this bear flag, which makes the short really easy. Actually, well, I mean, at least as identifying the level, which would be right down. Actually, we'll ignore that wick and we'll say right here. So 125.69 would be the sell stop. All right, I think that does it for me. Y'all have a good rest of your day. Watch these markets. Watch for the reversals that are about to come. It looks very much like we're just going to see a resumption of yesterday after kind of fake out moves higher today. Just be aware of that. And I look forward to speaking with you in our future videos. Don't forget to like and subscribe.